There we go.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening, Rob.
Oh. Hello, Jeff. How are you?
Thank God, Rob. Good to see you.
So nice to see you all. It's beautiful. Who's with us? I can see Stephen with us, Jeff with us. I see more people joining to us. I see Ivan, Anthony, Gabriel with us, Les Glassman with us, Dr. Les. Who's else with us? I see more people joining. I see Louis coming. Okay, I see more people joining us. Who's joining us now? I just want to make sure that everyone with us.
Good to see you.
Good evening, Rob. Good evening.
How are you? How are you? So nice to see you all. It's beautiful. Hello, Louis. Who else with us?
Shana Tova, everybody.
Shalom, Rav. Modim l'simcha. Modim l'simcha.
Modim l'simcha. Chagim muzmanim l'sason. It's so nice to see you all. It's so beautiful. Okay.
Beautiful Sukkot, Rav.
In the meantime, maybe we should ask our friend Dr. Les to give us some news regarding Eretz Israel.
Can I just tell you something very, very nice what happened? Just before the Chag, I went to Pomeranz bookshop. For all those that know, it's an English bookshop in Yerushalayim. And Jonathan Pollard was walking out with his wife Esther. And I went up to him and I said, wow, Jonathan, could I take a picture? And he allowed me. And it was amazing. And to think that he suffered so much. And he's here, he's in Eretz Israel, and he's so positive. And we did a picture and a video. And then somebody walked into the shop. Rav, you won't believe this. He walked into the shop and he said, you know, you gave me too much change. And he took out 100 shekel and he said, this is yours. You gave me too much. So I said, wow, we have to video this. And I videoed him, you know, telling the story. But where else in the world would you get somebody who comes back and says, you gave me too much, and he gives back 100 shekel? So it's a big deal. So
one thing I can tell you, not in South Africa.
And Kamo Eretz Israel. And Israel. Modim l'simcha, everyone.
אין כעמך ישראל, גוי גדול וקדוש בארץ. Okay, Baruch Hashem, I'm going to start muting everyone.
Yes.
Rabotai, I'm going to mute everyone. I need to make sure that where did I go? I don't even know where I gone. I pressed the wrong button.
Disappeared again.
Yes, I am. I'm going back. Tell me. Yes, now you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone. Okay, I'm going to mute everyone, and we're going to start the show, Be'ezrat Hashem. As Be'ezrat Hashem, na'aseh v'natzliach, ve'Hashem aleinu berachamav yarviach. I would like to dedicate the show Le'ilui Nishmat Esther Kaden Bat Ketzia, Mordechai ben Rahma, that's our friend Moti, Harab Avraham Haim ben Eliezer Yaakov, that's the late Rabbi Tenza, Tamar bat Zehava, Rachel bat Malka Sultana, Yaakov Salomon ben Farha, Dvorah Ruth bat Beila, Haim Eliyahu ben Yeshayahu. Stephen, give me your late mother's name. Stephen Kabetsnik. Stephen, can you hear me? Please give me your late mother's name. No, you can't hear me. Okay, so please God, it's going to be in memory of them, that the show going to help to uplift their soul up in heaven. And now we're going to do also delicate the show in healing of, that the show going to help those that injured, those Jewish people that need help. Liora bat Miriam, Menashe Naji ben Farha, Orna Bluma bat Miriam, Harav Avraham ben Marima, Harav Shlomo Yehuda ben Dalia, Harav Moshe ben Devorah, Israel ben Zisa, Mordechai, David ben Leah, Yosef ben Esther, Dvorah bat Esther, Tzadok ben Sarah, Veshulamit bat Haya Shein Alea. Please God, refuah shlema to all of them. Lekol sh'ar cholei amo Israel. I just would like to take the opportunity and to say a special welcome to Stephen Fisher. Stephen, thank you for joining us this evening. The subject of the show tonight, we're going to speak about the big well. I don't know how many of you hear the concept that's called the big well. And what does that have to do with us on Sukkot? So first of all, just to explain to you, in some of the Sidurim, when on Sukkot, we all know, Arahaman yakim lanu et Sukat David hanofelet. That's what it says, Arahaman yakim lanu et Sukat David hanofelet. But also, in the Sfaradim Sidurim, it says, Arahaman yizakenu lashevet besukat oro shel Leviatan. What it means, Sukat oro shel Leviatan? That means that the sukkah that been created from the skin of the great well. Now I'm gonna go and start speaking. Where is it mentioned? So the Gemara mainly speak about it in Masechet Baba Batra in page 75, folio 1, also in page 54, folio 2, and I'm gonna go gradually and explain. So Hazal in the Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra in page 75, folio 1. It says like this, the Gemara say, I will read it and then I will translate it. Hazal say like this, Atid HaKadosh Baruch Hu לעשות סעודה לצדיקים מבשרו של הלוויתן. What does it mean? For the future to come, the Almighty will make a great meal for the tzaddikim. From what? From the flesh, from the meat of the great, the big well. That's what Hazal tell us in a Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra, page 75, folio 1. Few lines down, listen to that. Rabbi Yohanan Omer, Rabbi Yohanan say, okay, הקדוש ברוך הוא לעשות סוכה לצדיקים מאורו של הלוויתן. Now we see something different. Rabbi Yohanan say that not only that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make a seuda for the tzadikim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu also will make a sukkah from the skin of the great well. And we have to understand what's happening there. By the way, if you look at the book of Iyov, if anyone have the book of Iyov, in chapter 40, there is a full chapter there that speak about that great Leviathan, the big well that we're talking. Ari HaKadosh explained. Now we're going to explain what's happening in the Gemara. So Ari HaKadosh, who was Ari HaKadosh? Ari HaKadosh was Rabbi Yitzhak Luria Ashkenazi. Rabbi Yitzhak Luria Ashkenazi, born in the city of Jerusalem 487 years ago. And he actually explained, he's going to go now to the Torah, the written Torah, in Parasha, in Sefer Vaikra, Parashat Emor, chapter 29, verse 42. And there it says like this, Basukot tishvu shivat yamim. The Torah tells us that we obligated to sit in a sukkot, in a sukkah, for 7 days. Later on, the Torah continue, Kol ha'ezrach b'Yisrael yishvu basukot. Wait, you told me 7 days to sit in a sukkah. Kol ha'ezrach. Now you're repeating and telling me that every individual, every citizen from the Jewish people, from Bnei Israel, must sit in a sukkah. What's happening here? Say Ari HaKadosh, from here you learn something very important. He said that from here you learn, number one, that you know who's going to merit to sit when a Mashiach going to come. When the Mashiach come, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu going to make a big sauda from this meat of the Leviathan, and who's going to merit to sit inside the skin of the sukkah of the Leviathan? Those that sit in a sukkah and a festival of Sukkot. That means that the citizenship to enter the sukkah of the Leviathan I'm referring to the big well. Whenever I say Leviathan, it means a well. It's those people, listen, those people that sit in Sukkot, those people that sit in a sukkah. That means the citizenship to enter the sukkah of the great well, those that sit in a festival of Sukkot in a sukkah. Okay, the Ari HaKadosh explained now like this, and he said that the first part of the verse in the Torah speak about the command to sit in a sukkah. The second command come to tell you, you know who's going to merit to sit in a sukkah? Those that sit in a sukkah and during their life before the Mashiach comes. That means in a festival of Sukkot, the people that build the sukkah. those that build the sukkah, they will merit to sit in a sukkah in a time that the Mashiach come from the sukkah that made from the skin of the great well. That's the greatest. The Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra in page 54, folio 2, explain, Hazal tell us, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he created the big well in a creation, as a matter of fact, he created two wells. Listen to that. Hazal tell us that he created a female and a male. What happened? When he created the male and the female, he realized suddenly, HaKadosh Baruch Hu realized that if he leave them, we'll see just now what Hazal say, that the world going to get destroyed. So what is he done? He killed the female and he salted her skin. Okay? That skin that they're talking about, it will be for the future to come to eat from it. But the male that we're talking about, the male, he actually sterilized him, okay? That he cannot have a relationship with other mammals in a sea. So far we understand what's happening here. Where now we're going to get to the source. Where is the whale live? Where is that well that we're talking? Where is he live? What is it? What is that well? You know, it's all nice to say wells and we're talking, but we have to understand where is he live. So first of all, let's go to the source. The Torah tells us in Sefer Bereshit, in chapter 1, verse 21, that when HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, listen what it says, Vayivra Elokim et hataninim agdolim. The Almighty created the big well. Rashi HaKadosh on a spot said that he created a male and a female. That's what Rashi said. But we have to understand what's happening behind it. What's the depth behind it? Rashi, few lines later, say that immediately HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he created these two big wells, he killed the female, like we mentioned. Why did he kill the female? Because Rashi explained that if they would multiply, they will destroy the world. They will destroy the world. So what is he done? He killed the female. Once that he killed the female, okay, once that he killed the female, okay, and he sterilized the big well, they cannot multiply anymore. Okay, Hazal in the Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra in page 54, folio 2, Hazal tell us something very interesting. Hazal actually bringing the word of the prophet, okay, Isaiah, in chapter 27, in verse 1, Bayomahu, and in that day, Yifkod Hashem, the Almighty will take his great sword, okay, and he will kill the great well, Nahash Bariah, the great well that is a snake. What does it mean? Continue, it says, and he continues and say, Ve'ala Livyatan Nahash Akalton, and on that well will be another snake, the Akalton. So the prophet explained there, listen what the meaning of it. Livyatan Nahash Bariah, that's the male. Livyatan Nahash Akalton, that's the female. That's mean that come the prophet and tell us that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu not only created one, he created two, that one was a male and one was a female. Great. Well, now I would like to speak about and to explain the character trait of that well. What is it? So Hazal and Gemara explain, listen to that great well, that big well, is so strong and is so fearless that even the angel, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu tell them to go and to kill him, the angel Gabriel cannot do anything because angel Gabriel have the most strength. He's so afraid that if HaKadosh Baruch Hu wouldn't help him for the future to come, no one can kill. No one can kill that well. In a psikta, it says, shor or keves. They bring the source from the book of Sefer Vayikra. Hazal explained that there they explain where is the well lying, where is he exist, where is he live, where is that well exist. So the well exists and he live right down in the bottom of the ocean. What it means in the bottom of the ocean, listen to that, where all the source, where all the spring of water coming to the world, wherever Kadosh Baruch Hu bringing the sources of water to the world, that's where he exists. He lie on the top of that stream of water. Why? Listen what Hazal explained, that if he wouldn't lie on that stream of water, that water can wash the entire world. That means right down in the depths of the ocean, that not many people know where is it, because obviously HaKadosh Baruch Hu kept it away. With all the submarine that we have, with all the technology that we have today in the world, no one can find and no one know where's that great well lying. Not only that, listen to that, what Hazal said in a psikta. Hazal in a psikta saying, when that well wanted to drink, he just opened his mouth to that string of water that's coming, okay, that all the water coming into the world, and he just drank directly from it. You can imagine what great, how big his mouth is. It's enormous. It's something not to understand. We can't even explain. In Midrash Tanhuma been written by the sage Rabbi Tanhuma, okay? And on Parashat Nitzavim, on verse 4, listen what he said. He explained that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when he tell the angel in the future to come to go and to fight with that well, they take spears, they take arrow, bow and arrow to go and try to hunt, try to kill that well. Listen what it said. The Midrash say that the well just lift up his eyes and look at the angel. And the angel so scared by that he look at them, that they run away. The well just look at them, just lift up his eyes and he look at them, they disappear. The angel afraid of him. So we can understand what does it mean, that great well. Not only that, Hazal say, what's happened when he's hungry, when he need to eat? He creates a break in a sea. What does it mean, a break in a sea? That's the Hazal say, Shever Bayam. What does it mean, Shever Bayam? Hazal say it's kind of a tsunami. That all the fish suddenly coming and he open his mouth and he swallow all of them. Imagine that. It's beyond understanding. That's a little bit about the character trait of the great well, that big well that we're talking, that for the future to come, we'll see what's going to happen. So we say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, number one, going to make a Sauda for the tzaddikim. From what? From the skin, okay, of the female. What's going to happen? So we're going to eat a fish. What's so special about it? We have to understand what's so special about eating a fish. So Rabbeinu Behaye, Ben Asher, he born in the city of Saragossa in Spain 766 years ago. He wrote a book that's called Kadakema, the jar of flour. And he explained that all what we're talking to eat from that great well, that big well, okay, it's a food that we don't understand. What is it? It's such a pure food that it's almost like a manna. That the Jewish people, when they was in the wilderness for 40 years, they eaten the manna. And Hazal explained that they didn't need to go to the toilet. Why? Because the manna was so pure, there's nothing to go to the toilet. It's been absorbed into the vein, into our body, that didn't need to go nothing out because the food was so pure. Hazal say say Rabbeinu Behaye, that the same thing will be from the meat of that great well. Can you believe it? That great well, the food gonna be so clear that it's come to tell you that it's come to actually to purify our heart and to sharpen our brain. The Maharal Miprag, listen how he explained it. The Maharal Miprag is Rabbi Yehuda Levy Ben Betzalel. He born 501 years ago in Poland. And he explained that the well that we're talking, it's completely different to all the sea animal that there is. Why? He explained that the same like the fruit that there is in the Garden of Eden was different to the food that we're having here on earth. It's the same with the fish, the same with the fish in the sea. That means all the fish in the sea, most probably they're healthy. We're not saying no. But that great well, the meat of that great well, it's almost equivalent to the fruit that there is in the Garden of Eden. In Hidushei Agadot on Masechet Baba Batra, page 74, folio 2, the Maharal explained that all of that reality of that meat, it's a spirituality food, okay, that we have to eat in honor of that, to spiritualize, to uplift us spiritually and to sharpen our brain spiritually and to clear our mind. That means all of that meal that we're talking now, we'll get to it now, to understand it's all spirituality. Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh. Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh, born in the city of Andripoli in Turkey 514 years ago. And he explained that this well that we're talking, it's not a simple well like you think that there is. The meat that you're going to eat from it, it's actually such a purified meat that actually it's going to purify our mind. But when we eat from it, from that meat of the great well, we actually going to taste the divine, the Holy Spirit that there is in heaven. No human being ever felt it except Moshe Rabbeinu. Why? Because the only one that gone up to heaven 3 times for 40 days was Moshe Rabbeinu. So Hazal said the Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, when I say Hazal, I'm referring to Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh. He said that kind of eating gonna be a feeling to understand what does it mean that there is in heaven. That means the spiritual divine by eating that. That means that meat that we're eating from that gonna lift up to a different level to understand. The mystical Rabbi, the mystical Rabbi that a matter of fact, teach us regarding the evil and eating from the great well, that big well, there is a secret of rectifying the Yetzer Hara. And you'll see now what I'm referring. Come Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen min Lublin, that born 198 years ago in the city of Lublin in Poland. And in his book, Pri Tzadik, and he explained this. You know what is that secret of the Yetzer Hara that the Kabbalistic rabbi talk about it and they don't want to explain it, they don't give you all the detail? Say like this. He said that in this world, there is the evil inclination. Every human being, when he's born, the evil inclination born with him. What is it? Jealousy and desire. He said by that we eating those kind of meat, this kind of a meat, we actually rectifying, listen to that, what we sin when Adam HaRishon eating from the tree of knowledge. Do you understand what I'm saying? I repeat. By eating from that meat, from the great well, the big well, that's kind of a food that's going to help us to rectify and actually to destroy the evil inclination that there is in every human being. What does it mean? Jealousy? That every person has this jealousy inside him when he sees someone else have better and he doesn't have. Why is he have and I don't have? And then this kind of each one of us that want more, that it's nothing is good enough. We want more food, we want more money, we want more housing. No, that's not going to create, not going to be anymore. By that we eating, we're going to rectify what the snake forced Hava and Adam HaRishon by eating from the tree of knowledge. Rabbi Yitzhak Rama. Rabbi Yitzhak Rama, born 601 years ago in Spain. It's not sure where he born. And he died in the city of Napoli in Italy. And he wrote the book It's well known that we eat for skin of the great well, that big well that we mentioned. It will be actually a connection of the mind, okay, to the health of the human being. That means the physical and the spirituality. It's not the end. Listen what the Lubavitcher Rebbe said. The Lubavitcher Rebbe that I'm going to quote, it's Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. He born in Ukraine 119 years ago. And in his book in 1991, from 1991, in page 582, he explained that a matter of fact, what that well coming to tell you, that he's gonna rectify the soul of the Jewish people, the same like the tzaddikim rectifies what the wicked people do. That's mean, he said like this, if you take the word Leviathan, we say that it's a well. He said, take the word Leviathan and find the source of it, the root of it. What does it mean? Levaya. What does it mean, Levaya? It's to company. What is Leah say to Yaakov Avinu when she wanted him? Yelavei ishi elai. When she had Levy, her son Levy, what did she say to him? Yelavei ishi elai. What does it mean elai? That mean he gonna accompany me. Levy, it's mean to company. It's come to tell us that, said the Lubavitcher Rebbe, that all of that gonna be a matter of fact, a company to rectify all the sin. What sin? That the same like the tzaddikim gonna get purified to and be uplifted to a different level that we don't understand. They're also gonna rectify the wicked people to open the doors that gone lost. Okay? Now that we spoke about the eating of the skin or the meat of what I listen to that. The Mefarshim explain, do we really have to eat a fish that it's 5,782 years old? I mean, well, what's so special about it? So the Mefarshim, what we understand that there's something behind it. The Mefarshim tell us it's a purifying, okay, the soul and the brain, and for health reason. But there's something behind it. Hazal come and tell us whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu created at the day of the creation, listen to that, and that's the point. Whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu created in the day of the creation, it's only good. What it means only good? That if you eat from it, it's going to purify your thinking, your mind. There's no more blockage that we don't understand the Torah. That means whatever there is in a Torah, our mind will understand. People wouldn't say it's too depth for me, it's too difficult for me to understand. Nothing is too difficult. It's going to be so simple that our mind going to be so clear. And everything in the Torah, the written Torah, the oral Torah, everything going to be simple to understand. But with it going to come something else. Going to come something so beautiful that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will heal all those sick people from eating the meat of the great well. Listen to that, what the Ramah Mipano. The Ramah Mipano, I don't know how many of you hear, I mentioned it many times in the Sheorim. His name is Rabbi Menachem Azariah Mipano. He born in the city of Bologna in Italy 473 years ago. He was one of the greatest mystical rabbi in Italy in his time. And he said like this, that you know who's going to prepare the meal? Who's going to be those that are going to prepare the meal that we're talking about, to eat that meal of the Leviathan? He said that it's going to be three angels. The Malach Gavriel, he's going to be the minister, Sarah Tabahim. What does it mean, the minister of Tabahim? It's not the cook, only the cook. He's going to be the minister that's in charge about the slaughtering, that the meal going to be 100% kosher, that there's no chance that the food not going to be kosher. And he said like this, that why is that? Why? Because he going to prepare us to be uplifted spirituality. So what do we learn from it? We learn a very important secret, that in a food, if the food is not kosher, as Hazal said, if the food is not kosher, you cannot understand the Torah. And say Ari HaKadosh, when people wanted to come to do tshuva, the first thing that he used to tell them, eat kosher food. Why? Because when you're eating kosher food, your mind gets open. So the first thing that will be Malach Gabriel, that he's going to prepare the meal, that spirituality, we can understand everything in the Torah. Then going to be the angel Raphael. And he's going to be the minister of baking. What it means, the minister of baking? He's going to help us to understand, and he's going to help us to rectify the sin of Adam Arishon when we eating from the tree of knowledge. Now I'm going to put it together. I'm putting everything, all the picture, all what the Mefarshim say, the Ramah Mipano explained to us. How? By those, the three angels going to prepare the meal to us, that it's going to heal us physically and spiritually. The third angel going to be a Malach Raphael, the angel Michael. A Malach Raphael going to be the minister Sarah Mashkim, the minister of dream. And Hazal say that those three angels going to prepare the meal. Okay. So far we spoke about the beautiful meal, the spirituality, that meat gonna uplift us. Not only that, that kind of meat that we're gonna eat from the well, not only gonna lift up spiritually, it's gonna heal us physically. All of those, lo aleinu, that have sickness in the world, Hazal say once that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will do the resurrection of the day, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will sprinkle water and they're all going to be healed. But all of that's going to come from what? From Saudat Shel Leviathan. But we say that there is Succot or Shel Leviathan, the Sukkah that they're going to see. Listen to that. Hazal say that the male is going to fight with the bull. And the whale actually gonna shecht with his fin the bull, and there Malach Gabriel gonna shecht who? The big whale. And with that skin, he's gonna make for us a sukkah. Those that merit to sit in a sukkah during the festival of Sukkot, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gonna give them a citizenship that they can enter Succot Oro Shel Leviathan, the sukkah that we made from the flesh of the Leviathan. What's so special about it? Listen to that. Hazal say that people, if they go and see a beautiful art that there is, that exists, it's actually given them a lot of nachas. He said that all the arts that there is in the world, whatever human being ever drawn, it's nothing to compare to the color and the scenery and the pictures that they're going to see from the skin of the great well. Do we understand that? You're sitting in a sukkah, just imagine that you'll see the sukkah made from a skin of a well. Inside there is the beautiful art that's on your life. Imagine sukkah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make those tzaddikim that sit in a sukkah. Okay, you're going to see it. It's going to be decorated by that. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I would like to bless all of you that we should all merit, Be'ezrat Hashem, to see speedily in our days the Mashiach Tzidkenu, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will send Mashiach, and he will build, with HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring down the third Bet HaMikdash, and then we merit to sit and to eat from that. Sa'uda, Amen Ken Yeh Ratzon. If there is any question, please unmute the microphone, and I will try to answer the question that you have regarding the show. Yeah, if you have any question. No question? Stephen, I saw that you unmuted yourself number of time. You wanted to ask question?
I'll ask a question, Rabbi.
Yeah, who's speaking?
It's Jeff Allen.
Jeff, Shalom Aleichem, Jeff.
No, I was very fascinated about who will prepare the meal, which you mentioned the three. It was Gavriel, Raphael, and Michael. What Raphael was to do the rectification of the sin of Adam, and what was Michael? I missed. What was his role?
Okay, so let's start again. Gavriel will be in charge about the shechting, to make sure that that food gonna be shecht kosherly.
Right.
That, okay. Raphael, milshon refuah. Raphael, if you take the name Raphael, milshon refuah, healing.
It's my name.
It means that Raphael, that he's gonna be the minister that's gonna cook the meal. You understand? That means by that he's gonna cook it, and we're gonna eat from that food that's going to be so pure, like the manna, that's going to help us to rectify the sin of eating of Het HaEgel. That means the spirituality, what we explained earlier. That means all the desire that we have on us, and all the evil inclination, that not only the desire that people want more, also the jealousy that we have on us. That all of this, evil inclination, we're not going to have anymore. That means that food, not only that's going to purify us spiritually, there is another act to it. The other act is it's going to cure us physically. And that's the job of Raphael, the refuah behind it. Michael, that he's the minister of drink, he's going to make us enjoy the meal. You understand that everything going to be served properly, everything going to be done properly, that you enjoy the meal. Sometimes the meal can be the most beautiful meal, but if I put it on a small plastic bag, it's garnished. But if it's going to be dished nicely, it's going to become nicely, And we're going to have not only that, He's going to bring the wine that HaKadosh Baruch Hu prepared from the 6th day of creation. Now go and ask me, Jeff, ask me, then who's going to make the Kiddush? Avraham Avinu say, I can't. Why? Avraham Avinu say, I have Ishmael. Yitzhak Avinu going to say, look, I have a Chorus. I have Esav. I can't. And Yaakov the same. I have 2-1, I have 4-1. Until it will come to David HaMelech, King David. David HaMelech will take the cup and he'll say, I'm going to do the Kiddush and I deserve to do the Kiddush. David HaMelech, King David. Why? Why Dafka David HaMelech? Because David HaMelech, when he wrote the poem of Tehillim, if we'll have time, please God, on Sunday, maybe I should speak about the 7 Oshpizin. We'll go through the 7 Oshpizin to explain the character trait of the 7 Oshpizin. David HaMelech, until the age of 28, Rabotai, listen to that carefully. We spoke about it once before. His father and his brother, all of his brothers, he has 6 brothers, all of them thought that David HaMelech was, lo alenu, mamzer.
Yeah.
Mamzer.
Yeah.
Until Shmuel HaNavi came, the prophet Samuel, and he proved to his father, to Ishai, and to the brothers that David HaMelech is 100% pure. Has v'shalom. Maybe we'll do a show about it. Be'ezrat Hashem, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give me the energy to speak about the seven Ushpizin, Be'ezrat Hashem. That's the show for Sunday. I'm going to sit, Be'ezrat Hashem, to prepare. So now we understand about the big well. I hope that you enjoy the show. If there is any question, Bechavod. Anthony, you don't have any question? I'm waiting for your question. Antonio, I would like to take the opportunity and to wish all of you Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom, and may please God you enjoy the rest of Sukkot. I hope that you enjoy the show. I hope that we understand what he's speaking about. And to wish all of us Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom, and please God, we'll meet again on Sunday, Be'ezrat Hashem. We'll speak about the Ushpizin. Rabotai, thank you for joining us. I hope that you enjoy. All the best. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good
Good night. This is Ava. Good night. Anthony got a call.
Okay, no problem. Okay, good night.
I wish you a good. Just hold on, Ari.
Hello?
I wish you a good night. It's Anthony speaking.
Anthony, have a good night. All the best. Ciao, ciao.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.
Sorry
Bye-bye.
about that. Not the time with you.